On July 2, 1949, 3 juveniles trespassing near federal property found an old barn door and a lockbox of rusted keys. They had no way to know the discovery was already linked to a missing friend. When one of the keys opened the door, their missing friend was torn into pieces and vanished from sight. The juveniles were taken into custody after contacting the sheriff, and the case immediately escalated. After the sheriff's office handed the case upward, the SCP Foundation took custody of the door and the keys. Agent arrived, and the object was moved from a local crime scene into a formal investigation. The containment file is strict. The keys require Level 4 escort, no other component may be taken through the door, and any breach requires the keys and the door to be sealed before Site-62's warhead is activated. On July 4, 1949, the Foundation used 12 Class D personnel to test the keys. Each subject tried a different key against the barred door, and the results were immediate and brutal. The results were devastating. 10 of the 12 keys killed their users in violent dismemberment, and the missing parts did not all stay in one place. For practical purposes, the subjects vanished. Only 2 subjects came back at all. The man who used SCP-004-7 returned unharmed. The man who used SCP-004-12 came back unable to speak and had to be restrained before he hurt himself. The subject using SCP-004-7 said he had entered a room far too large to fit the building around it. When an armed squad followed, they could only feel the doorway and the people near it. The rest could not be measured or fully lit. The juvenile suspects and the sheriff were terminated. The area was declared hazardous, fenced off, and treated like a site that could still conceal unexploded ordnance while the Foundation kept testing. By December 1950, the Foundation had confirmed space-time anomalies linked to SCP-004. Testing was suspended, but the object kept behaving as if it could reach backward and forward through time. In the 19s, the remains of SCP-004-CAS-01 appeared outside the door exactly where no body should have been. Another original test subject returned in the same way, still warm and not decomposed at all. By 1999, construction had begun inside the room itself. The place became Site-62, and by 2001 the Foundation was forcing personnel to live on site because time kept slipping around them. In 2003, a massive blackout left Site-62 without power for 53 minutes. Staff reported sensing creatures and people in the dark, and their descriptions matched the strange humanoid presence attached to the case file. Further testing showed that 10 of the keys opened dimensions with laws of physics unlike our own. Test subjects were torn apart, and their remains appeared in multiple places, only 3 of which were verified on Earth. The current research focuses on 2 things. The first is survival inside those hostile topologies. The second is the possibility that the keys open doors other than SCP-004-1. One surviving subject eventually regained speech after long psychotherapy. He described a massive green creature, said it felt like something buried deep in his primal fears, and reported memories he could not make sense of. The file's additional notes make one thing plain: the keys may open other doors. That possibility remains unresolved, and it keeps the case from closing neatly. Appendix B adds a second anomaly. In a previously undiscovered manager's office, the Foundation found a large wooden box designated SCP-004-14. When the box is opened with the safe key, its interior becomes much larger than its exterior would allow. The volume inside is impossible to reconcile with the wood in the room. Once the lid is closed, whatever was inside is gone for good. Personnel vanish the same way, and the file ends with the same unanswered questions it began with.